What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. I apologize if there's a glare coming from my glasses right now, but I woke up with a sty this morning, so here we are. But round one of the Empoleon Raids are set to come to a close this weekend, so today I'm going to be going over a solo strat that you can take into these raids in case you don't have a group to take them down. So let's go ahead and hop into it. So per usual, let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of what exactly you're going to be going up against when you do hop into these Empoleon raids, and of course a quick rundown of the Pokemon that I used to solo the raid. So Empoleon will of course be level 100 and will be an Ice Terra. And moveset wise, it is going to have access to Surf, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Grass Knot as its main moveset. However, it does also have access to Snowscape, Blizzard, as well as Iron Defense. And not to mention, it does have the ability Competitive, which means that if you try to lower any of Empoleon's stats, for example, if you try to lower its special defense or its actual physical defense, it will actually end up raising its special attack stat instead. So it's kind of like Defiant, but for special attackers. So definitely something that you want to be aware of. However, the good news is that if you did watch my last video that I made on this raid, you will probably already have this Pokemon built, which is Gallade, which is what I used to solo the raid. The Gallade that we'll be using is going to be a Fighting Terra. However, its held item is different than the original Gallade that I shared, and it is going to be using a Covert Cloak. And that's just to prevent any secondary effects from any moves, for example, like Blizzard getting a freeze. For its EV spread, Gallade is going to be full HP and full attack with an attacking nature, and its ability doesn't matter because you're actually going to be swapping its ability with Empoleon so that you don't have to worry about competitive. So moveset wise, it is going to be a bit different as well. We do have Leer on it, Sword Dance, Skill Swap, and Drain Punch. Skill Swap is going to be the first thing that you do when you get into the raid so that you can get rid of competitive. And then you're going to go ahead and use Leer to drop Empoleon's defense. And of course, Sword Dance is there to help you set up and do more damage. But now that we have an idea of what exactly we're going to be going up against and what we're going to be bringing, let's go ahead and hop into the strat. So like I mentioned in the intro portion of the video, the first thing that Empoleon's going to do when you do hop into the raid is set up Snowscape. So literally turn 0, not only is Blizzard now going to be 100% accurate, but it's also going to get a 1.5 times boost to physical defense. It's also going to use Blizzard turn 0, so it's boosting its defenses and it's getting damage in literally before you're able to do anything. But like I also mentioned, what you're going to want to do is get rid of competitive. So turn 1, you're going to use Skill Swap so that you can start bringing down that physical defense, since obviously Gallade is a physical attacker. And that's why I said that Gallade's ability doesn't really matter, just because all you're trying to do is get rid of competitive. But now we take some damage from Surf, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and set up Leer now, which is also going to lower Empoleon's defense. And you're going to want to get at least 2 Leers in before you faint. So we are going to get hit by this Ice Beam. I believe we live this. We do. So we are going to be able to get 1 more Leer off. And you want to get 2 off just so that you can start setting yourself up for when you do inevitably faint, so that you can start actually setting up those sword dances and do more damage. So here we're going to get hit by a Surf. We do get knocked out. And I always say this whenever I like purposely get knocked out in raids, but it's always better to get like knocked out than to use like a heal cheer or something, just because it moves things along a little bit quicker and you can always just come back in fresh. And since it's a solo raid, you don't have to worry about like your opponents fainting, just you. But now that we're back on the field, we're going to go ahead and start setting up our sword dances. So here is our first sword dance. And as you can see, Empoleon also put up its shield. So we're really going to need these sword dances, even though we did get the Leers off. We're going to get hit by a Surf here. It's not going to do too much, which is fine. And we're going to set up sword dance number 2. So this is going to allow us to do a little bit more damage, so we can hopefully start to get the shield down a little bit quicker, so that we can actually start using drain punches so that we can terastalize. And you should never really have to worry about like low HP, just because you are going to be getting HP recovery through drain punch. So here's Drain Punch number 1, and as you can see, the shield is very bothersome, so it's going to take a bit, and you're definitely going to need to terastalize in order to actually like get the shield down quicker, but that's why we're now going in with the Drain Punches. So we do need to get at least 3 in order to actually terastalize. So here is Drain Punch number 2. Boom. I mean, we're doing a good amount. I mean, it doesn't also hurt that it got poisoned, so we love that as well. We love when we get good NPCs. If you get an NPC that has Intimidate like turn 1, I would recommend just running to make your life easier. But here is our third Drain Punch. And like I said, you never really have to worry about like your HP getting low because we're literally like staying at full HP. But here we're getting hit by another Surf. And now we should be able to Terrastalize. So I'm going to go ahead and Terrastalize and use a Drain Punch here. And that should be enough to actually take out the shield. So here is our first Terrastalized Drain Punch. And yes, that was enough to actually take out the shield, which means at this point, Empoleon is going to clear stats. So we are going to have to like reset up our sword dances. So there it goes. It's going to go ahead and nullify the stat changes. So hate that for us, but it's fine. Here is an Ice Beam that we're going to take damage from. Not too much damage. Yeah, it basically does chip damage. We're fine. However, there is the Iron Defense, which means that we're going to have to try a little bit harder to actually do damage to Empoleon. So we're going to go in and try to get 3 sword dances off just so that we can not waste all of the Drain Punch PP before we actually knock Empoleon out, since that's our only attacking move. So you want to make sure you're actually doing a significant amount of damage. So here's sword dance number 2, and we are going to get hit by another Ice Beam here. And like I said, we don't really have to worry because it's not doing like a lot of damage. And this I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to clear stats twice, so RIP to us, but I am gonna go ahead and do 1 sword dance here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a Drain Punch just to get some HP back, because obviously like at this point we're gonna be running a little bit low on HP. Yeah, we're in the yellow and I don't want to risk fainting while I'm Terrastalized, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Drain Punch after 1 sword dance here just to get HP back, and then we'll go ahead and like set up more after that. But yeah, I didn't expect it to clear stats twice. I was like, oh, okay, sir, that was a little rude of you. Now he's clearing negative effects from himself, so they hate that for us because he's being annoying. He should just simply accept defeat. But I'm gonna go for another sword dance here so we can start to reset up once again, since brother decided to make our life hard. And we're getting hit by another Surf. That does a good chunk of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Drain Punch here just so I can get some HP back. And boom, that does a nice chunk of damage as well. And we'll be back up to full HP. And we are gonna take damage from yet another Surf. And we're getting a double hit from a Flash Cannon. So that's annoying, but it's fine. We should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my last sword dance so that we can make sure that we take out Empoleon before we run out of Drain Punches. Also, if you want to not be like risky like me, you could always use PP up so that you don't have to worry about running out of Drain Punch, but you know, we're just out here winging it. So here is another Drain Punch after 3 sword dances, and we should be able to take it out in the next one. And as you can see, we're good on time, we're good on HP, everything is hunky-dory. This isn't the fastest strat, but it is like consistent. Like it's not gonna be like hard to use this strat. Is it gonna take a little bit longer than some other strats out there? Probably, but you won't have to worry about like fainting if you do one thing wrong. So here is our final Drain Punch. Empoleon is now taken out. I mean, like, let's be real. We literally had to reset up 3 times and we were still good on time. Never had to worry about being low HP. Oh, okay. Well, apparently Empoleon wants to get his final 2 attacks off on us, even though he literally is at 0 HP, but okay. Go off, King, go off, it's fine. There we go. He is now taken out. And the rewards are the typical rewards. You are going to be getting a ton of rare candy as well as calcium and ability patches, which is always nice. But there you have it. That is one of the most consistent ways that you can solo the Empoleon raids. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, I kindly suggest you consider subscribing so that I can continue to make content for you guys. And if you are already subscribed and you would like another way to support the channel, feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to those of you who have joined the channel as members. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!